That's it. We like really loud, man. Wow. You can feel that in your chest. Well, Rod, I really appreciate you allowing us to make this video. That is just something special. Man, did we have a cool upload for you guys today. This is something a little bit different. It was unexpected. It was so different. We actually went down to look at basically a bucket list car for my dad. And when we got there, we were quickly blown away by what else was in the garage. I'm gonna keep this kind of short, guys. I was gonna do a whole full introduction, kind of do the driving down to this place. I want to keep it private, but do let me know if you guys like the longer videos with like the more introduction, or if you like it short and sweet and to the point. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet and to the point. We're gonna get you over, show you some clips of what was in the garage. Thank you, Rod, for letting us have an incredible day at your garage, and I hope you guys enjoy this. If you do, let me know, because Rod has invited us back to go for a ride in his X amount of horsepower car. Again, I can't share too much information. He asked me to be careful what I share with everyone, but you'll know. You'll know that everything in Rod's garage is absolutely top-notch and incredible. Thanks for checking in, guys, and please like, share, and subscribe. Click the little blue bell. Make sure you don't miss future uploads. We've got some great stuff coming. We've got a lot of friends of ours that have incredible garages that have invited us to come check them out. So thank you guys very much, and let me know what you think of the video. Okay.
I usually build them myself, but this one was built by Rod Saboury out in Milwaukee.
Wow.
And, it's a crazy story. I mean, absolutely crazy story. I followed this car. This was actually built in 2000.
Wow.
So it's been almost 20 years. And it was done. It was never meant to drive, start, or anything. I don't even know if anyone ever sat in it. It was built to sit in a restaurant lobby.
Wow.
And it sat in a restaurant called Mavericks in Milwaukee for like 8 years. And it was never, like I said, it was never started, it was never wired. Anyway, I ended up getting it about a year and a half ago and got it running with some help. I had to send the motor up to Mike Giants up in New York. He built these motors, and he made it streetable, converted from alcohol to gasoline, and put EFI on it. So forth. But wow. It's open zoomies, it's loud.
I'm sure.
It is really loud. But I just had it down in North Carolina at the OPX show down there, and I drove it 60 miles down there. No problem. Doesn't overheat. It drives like a Cadillac.
Wow.
This body is the same as that body. The only thing different is the hood lip is gone. Right. And the vents are filled in where the wipers would come through. Right. Between the hood and the windshield. That's the only thing. Stock wheel well opening. Of course, it's tough, but it's a stock outside the body.
That is absolutely beautiful.
That is. Because the guy that owned it, and him and I have been talking back and forth for about 5 years about I wanted the car, I wanted to get the car and finish it, and he really wanted me to have it. And after I found this out, I really wanted it. His inspiration to build this 20 years ago was my black car. It's right there. It was on the cover of, up there it is. It was on the cover of a bunch of magazines. It was a black split window. Should be some more pictures of it over there.
Rod, I didn't know that twin turbo was yours. Is that yours too?
Yeah, that was mine. Yeah, everything on the wall was my car.
Wow.
Yeah, I ran 675 at 210 with street tires with that.
Wow.
And I never had slicks on it. But anyway, it is a crazy car. I sold that when I had my heart attack because I literally couldn't drive it anymore, so I sold it. It's nice. I bought it sight unseen. I knew it was nice, but I never thought of the paint was $60,000.
It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like.
Look at the green. Look at the green. It has leaves in it.
Oh yeah, it does. Let's see if you can pick that up on
Leaves in
camera.
there. And look at the door jams.
Oh, get out.
That had to be
the
all
hinges
laid
are
out.
painted.
To be in the center of that hinge, that had to be all laid out ahead of time, of course, you know. But you look at that, Paul. Look at how he did the door jams and all that.
Wow.
I just had the seats done by Bucks Upholstery. Boy, did they do a job for me. I'm telling you that. I had to have someone that can do the seats because these were just bare metal seats.
Right.
I wanted them done to match the quality of the car.
Right, right.
And boy, I found the right guy. And oh my God, look at that. It's all leather.
Yeah,
Look at the stitching.
he did a
You
great
did a
job.
great job.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm so happy with that. And
That's
everything
perfect.
works, turn signals and brake lights and
That's tough to find a good upholstery guy. If you got one, you gotta hold him.
yeah.
You gotta hold on to him. Along with a painter too.
Yeah, painters are tough. I've got a good one though. I've got a real good one. He's painted most of my cars.
Right.
He just painted this '67 this coupe I found in Augusta, Texas, and it's white. He's putting he doesn't have a stinger on it. He's got to put a blue stinger on it yet, but the frame's all done. It is gorgeous. Put all the stencil on it. He was nicely like that, so he did the frame nicely. And then I'm thinking about possibly selling that. I don't know yet. That car is that's the original paint.
Wow.
It's the nicest original car that I have not only ever owned, but ever seen. I've never seen one that nice. That's original paint, interior, weather stripping, everything's original in the car.
Wow.
It's never been in the rain. Of course, it's no hit.
Wow.
But it's all original upholstery.
Wow.
Seat covers and door panels, nothing's torn or dry rot or anything. All I did was put I put the tires, they're radials, but they look like bias.
Right.
They just came out with those. They're $1,000 for 4 of them, but it has a true 1-inch white ball. That's what they were back then. They were a true 1 inch. But this car is all original, and I drive the heck out of it, and I shouldn't really because if something would ever hit me or a deer or somebody. That's the quality. That's the value of the car. That it's all original. It's never been touched. It's all original. And I know the history on this car. My painter is the one who found this for me. He knew this car from day one. I've got the original paperwork with it.
Wow.
Something like this you don't steal. That's original chrome.
Wow.
The bumper's never been off the car. There's not a speck of rust on them anywhere.
Wow.
Wow.
How many miles are on it?
60,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
To be original paint, it's just
Incredible.
unbelievable.
What's this, Brad? What do you got over here?
Well, this is all my stuff has stories, just like most people do, right? We all have stories. This car I bought brand new. I was in high school. This was a Z28.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought it from Jerry Chevrolet in Baltimore. This has got a crazy history. So I bought this brand new. It was blue with white stripes. Le Mans blue with white stripes. That's the original interior.
Wow.
All we did was put the red pinstripe in it when we painted it. So, but I drag raced it. I got a Wally with it. I won my class at the Summer Nationals. It's a class win Wally. It's not the same as a championship Wally,
Right.
but I won that in 1977 with it. And some pictures here. I'm trying to erase it, but there's a good picture over here. You'll get a kick out of this. Look at this guy. This is me in 1977 when I got that Wally. At the 77 Summer Nationals in Englishtown, New Jersey. That's me with it.
Wow.
That's the same car. But Pro Street became really hot back in the 80s. In 1980, I did that with it. I turned it into that. It's the same paint as it was. It's the same as it was in 1980. Same. The paint's 40 couple years old.
Wow.
So I won the Street Machine Nationals. I won best car, best interior, and best engine at the Street Machine National in 1984. And this is some of the pictures from that time. It was on the cover of a bunch of magazines. And I wanted to build a split window. This is the black car that was the inspiration for that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that made me want that even more when I heard this story. So it's neat how they always have stories. But
Right.
anyway, So I wanted to build that, and I couldn't afford to build it unless I sold, you know, I had to sell one to build the next.
Right.
So unfortunately, I sold it in 1984 to a guy in Reading, Pennsylvania. He only drove it 2 or 3 times. It sat in his garage for 37 years, and I just bought it back 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it's back home again. And
Wow.
all I did to it was I had the motor freshened, and we put a Detroit Speed front frame section under it with power rack and pinions.
Right.
We put the power brakes on it, freshened up the engine compartment, and
Wow, that's
but it's the same as it was back in the day, except it's EFI now. It was mechanically injected. Now this is just fake. That's where the fuel came from. That's just fake, and this is my throttle positioning sensor for the computer, and all my wires run through this fuel line back to the firewall. So I kind of made it look like it did.
Wow.
But it's all electronic fuel injected now. Now this one will never leave again. This is my first car.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
hard to imagine you got it back. I don't want my first car back. It was a VW Beetle. I don't want it.
Well, they were cool cars too.
No, they weren't.
That's his story of why he's got a car complex now. It's like it was actually the Volkswagen Beetle that started it all.
But we just love cars. I'm so glad there's a lot worse things you could do.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah, and obviously I love split windows.
Yep.
But this one here, it's kind of a I don't know what you say, a diamond in the rough right now because it needs painting. It don't have new wheels.
Or it could just be called rough.
But and I would put fresh interior in it. But it's a really good car. Drives real nice. It's got a 5-speed engine, front disc brakes on it. It's got a really healthy motor. It's a 383 stroker with aluminum heads, and it runs and drives great. It just needs cosmetics, and like I said, I want to get Mike to paint it, and I was going to put the blue and white interior in it, and put bumpers back on it. I got bumpers with it. They're good cores. I'd get them plated. British Columbia. It's all the way above Seattle. That's why I cloned it. So it's just a matter of painting and changing the interior. I was going to put new wheels on it.
All the cars are doing stupid money, it seems, right now.
The split windows have gone. Oh yeah, you're right. They all are. But the split windows have gone insane.
It's a seller's
Well,
market.
everybody's
Right?
at home, got nothing else to do.
Well, I don't know how you feel, but when I pay my bills, I still do roofing, and at the end of the month when my bills are paid, we buy cars because it's better than money in the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to know what to buy. You can't just go out and buy anything willy-nilly. But I like the split windows, and like this Firebird I just got. I've been wanting to get a Firebird since the 60s because when I think I told you real quick the story, but I bought this new in '69. I was ready to graduate. I went to my prom in this.
Right.
And the cool thing is, last summer, not this past summer, summer before last, my wife and I drove it to my 50th class reunion. So I went to my prom and my class reunion in the same car. That was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.